Alright, welcome back everyone. We are through, what was it, day 7, day 8, something like that. This one just keeps going. And I think it's still going to keep going. But making some progress now, actually getting some stuff in place. And got one more building to build over on this side. This one eventually ends up here, I think. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty good considering all the intricacies of it. So I'm pleased with the results and how it's, like I say, how it's looking so far. I think it's going to be a really good looking one when it's all said and done. I am going to start off tonight. Well, first I'm going to tell you that if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step in real time so you can see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Keep it loose, have fun, upload daily, and just, try and stay positive most of the time. If you've seen any kits that you'd like to see me take a shot at, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm always looking for more to add to the list. But for the meantime, we're going to get going on, actually, not the next step. I'm going to go ahead and pre-assemble this piece. This is the other wall. It goes on like this, and got to get all the edges lined up, and I've finally figured out a good way to do that, which is another use of my teeny tiny clamps I picked up from Harbor Freight. But it turns out this one you can set you up on that edge. And this one over here, fairly loose. And when you do the third one, it lines up. Well, it would have lined that up if I'd done it tighter. But that's top and bottom lined up, and then and you got all three sides lined up so it gets flush on this inside edge, which is what I'm really looking for. But that's the proof of concept. And then I'll use some of these baby ones to make sure it stays compressed together. I may use all 6 of them. I want to get this in nice and tight. But like I said, that's how we're gonna do it. So now I get to undo it and redo it properly. Anticipation of something that we may or may not do tonight. If everything goes perfectly, we'll get to use this tonight, but I'm thinking it'll probably really be tomorrow. So I'm gonna get out my old B7000. Just run me. See, it's getting a little low on, but still enough to do this, I believe. I need a good bit over here. I'll just go around the edge. Put my hand right down in it. It wouldn't be me if I didn't make a mess of the glue. Alright, so I got some good coverage on here. And this stuff is forgiving enough so we can get some movement on it while we get it perfectly situated. But like I said, I want on this side, because this goes to the inside of our book nook. Actually, you know what? I may use these to get the first part lined up, because that's a fairly loose grip. Now I'll do the top and bottom. Get 'em. That should. Yeah, that gets us pretty close on there, so now place this one back in. Oh, flush again. Okay, so now I got that in. Now transition these to over here and over here. Back here. Actually, more in here maybe. Oh, they're not. Definitely not the high scope. There we go. Easier to approach it from this side. These guys. And that does feel pretty flush on the side. It doesn't look like it in the picture, but it's lined up pretty good. Okay. Or it was. Well, it still is, just okay. Now I'm just going to set that aside and let that glue set in. Like I said, in preparation for what's hopefully coming up sooner than, let's say, it's preparation for when we need it. It'll be ready to go. Now I just got to find a place to put it. All my empty spaces are full. Okay, let me go find a place to put this up in my living room, and I'll be right back. Okay. Impressive how much I plan ahead, isn't it? Okay, let me get my specs on. Turn on. Oh, never did turn on my overhead light. And let's jump in to building our next little building. So these are that's our gold foil. There's our wrap. There's actually what the building is, and here's all our bits and bobs for it. So this is where we're starting, and so we got that's the roof, so that'll be last. Decoration also last. Some shelving and sign about the same time. And got some more presents to make. Got some, what's this one say? I can't even read that on my. I don't know if it'll focus on it or not. It's in mirror image, whatever it is. I can't make it up even on my screen. Okay, we get to make our little swirly-gig cakes or whatever those are supposed to represent. Okay, little guys out of the way. I hope. Let's see, y'all gonna up over there. I think you do too. Okay, that's the chimney side goes over there. Trying to get all my stuff organized a bit here. And I don't think those are supposed to be the same size, I believe. Yes, they are. Okay, it's supposed to be the medium one. I got. Okay, yeah, I got large evidently there. Yeah, yep. Okay, now those are two mediums. Okay. Now. Okay, trying to decide where I want to start at. I think it's pretty much nowhere, but everywhere. Okay, I'll do some cutting on this guy. Little clear, plasticky, rubbery tube here. First, I want to get it sort of square, both ends. So I need like 0.6 is the goal centimeter, so here-ish. Back in your bowl of goodies. Supposed to use Okay. Okay, here we go. They're labeled. It's this bottom one. I guess I can bring it in. These are going to be tiny pieces. So, let's see if I can get through both layers here and make a cut. Okay, that worked. Back off. We're supposed to take this guy and wrap it around the lip here. I don't know if super glue will bond to that or not, so we can maybe get our anchor method going. Okay, that'll be nice. Nice. Alright. I don't think super glue works on rubber, but we'll find out. No time like the present for a little experimentation. I've probably already done this experiment, just forgot the answer. Okay, let's do. Maybe some down there. It's not falling off, but that just could be that's wet. Okay, it does bond. Okay, or bond enough to. Anyway, that's good. And put a little more on this edge there. Bring you around. Okay. I did not expect that to work that well, I'll be honest. I had low expectations, but I'm very pleased with the results. Okay. Oh. Now, get to glue that little round dealio. Is supposed to be the next bit that goes on. So let's maybe give myself plenty of slack on either side of it here. See how bad I can cut a circle, which is arguably really bad. Experience tells me that. Okay. As far as my circle cuts go, that's not too bad, really. And we do it with the gold facing up. Just go down on top of it like that. So, get my super glue again. Nice general coat all the way around the bottom, maybe. Just drop it right on there. Or not. Okay. 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 It's got a bottom of our jar. They're calling it a can. We were supposed to find those little... Something else I forgot? Trim off some of those guys and fill up our cans here. So, I'll start with like 5. See where we end up with at that point. Just okay, I'll do 8 or 9 more, it looks like, at least. That barely made a dent. Some of them are escaping, but I'm seeing where they're going. Okay. There's the 2 escaped ones. It'd be helpful with instructions that do more than just fill it up. Let's I'll do 5 more at least. Going to drop in a couple of drops of the old Beacon 3-in-1. It's sort of almost, it smells like the same thing as the B7000, but it's a little more liquidy rather than the gel-like consistency of the B7000. I think I can actually get drops out of that one. I think I'm saying 5 more. If you do that in your hand, do watch those tips of those scissors because they are sharp. I didn't hit myself that time, but I got close enough where I said, "Ooh, need to pay attention to that." I think easily nip your nice little hole in your finger. Okay. It's filled up from the side, so I think that's good enough. Now let's see if I can convince a drop to come out of this. Maybe 2. Nozzle. I don't think it's clean. Hang on. Nope. Hang on. Let's see if I... Oop, right ones. I don't know if he's... Okay, there. Get this thing out here. It's been a while since I used this stuff. Clean out the... And off the edge. Down the barrel looks pretty good. That doesn't sound good. That sounds better. Ooh, this stuff's aging too, it looks like. Trash in it, maybe. Okay. Well, they're not falling out anymore, so that's good. Upright, so I can. That. And that beacon does have the same invisible string situation going on as the Turbo Tacky. As well as the seepage issue. Clean that out. Okay. Get back on there. Let's see. Okay, using its spray. So that took a longer time than I intended it to. Oh, I never put my knife back on this. By the way. Okay. So that's first bit. Next it says is our present. Put away my tools as I'm going this time. Maybe I'll say a little organized. Okay. And these were the same situations as the other night. Just gonna flip them over and try and mount them square in the center of the cross and go from there. That's Gorilla Super Glue. Sort of halfway keeping an eye on that can, that as they're calling it. Man. Hold this down with me. Touch there. There. Okay. That didn't work. Guys up and around and over. Alright. I still can't read what that says. Vintage something. Now that I'm looking at it. Vintage. I can't zoom in much more. Vintage. Far too ornate for me to read. Okay, you go there next to our can. Okay. I'm still feeling reasonably optimistic about this one. So I use the solid side on the bottom this time. If that helps any. I don't know why they didn't go to this bead company and say, hey, before you drill the holes in them, we'd like to buy the solid beads. Looks like that would have been easier to do. Okay. That seemed to cooperate pretty good. Alright. Put you over there next to our can and our other present. Oh, okay, hang on. Okay, evidently another dubious plan here, evidently. This bottom two here are supposed to wrap that present. After, I'm feeling a little bit more better about that after the success of using this piece, so maybe. Okay, so I'll do the middle ones first. Got a little wonky there. Very good. Good cuts on 3 out of 4, not bad. Complete the cut. Looks good. Cut through the paper at least. I'm feeling a little resistance in that one. That may have just not gone all the way through yet. Okay, got that done. Well, at least let's see where it's at. Okay, having less confidence in it now. Okay. Okay, so you are supposedly going to wrap around this one. I was successful in wrapping those, putting the ribbons around those bigger ones, so maybe. Down on here. Oh, I was looking for my tweezers there for a second. There should be enough glue to do both. Okay. I may regret that. Okay. Now for this bit, let's. I can't paper, in theory, that should just roll right around for me. Okay, that seemed acceptable. Okay. Let's see. I wouldn't pay to have a gift wrapped like that, but it's done. Okay. Well, actually, I guess I did pay to wrap a gift like that, so maybe I would. And I think the worst of it's over. Let's see. Now we get to move on to, these should be fairly simple. We'll just drop a glue in there, and then those go on in top of those. So you steady and just wrap around the edge there, maybe pop you in and spin you a bit. And same thing. Okay, that's how I want them all to work. I think I'll put those guys on this other plate here and just let them hopefully dry. Alright, stand back up. Okay. Stand. It's conspiracy. I should just swap plates. Okay, let's put all our little goodies on this plate, maybe. Okay, now you. It says we're supposed to cut the tip off of this and glue it to the end of that. I'm curious why we wouldn't just glue the whole thing on. Fit in the shells. Oh, that's why we wouldn't put the whole thing on. I guess that does make sense then. So probably there. Nice flat surface to glue to, so that's good. Glue on there. Down on there. Okay. And again, the dreaded invisible springs. Okay, I was able to set it down. So, oh. And what's after that? Okay, now this one. The rest of them I can sort of see, visualize. I don't understand a bit what this is about to be. Supposed to take one of these guys. Yeah, we're making like a little, sort of maybe like a genie lamp. I'm not, you know. And evidently, actually that one looks like it's might be filled in, so I may not work on this one. Okay, it's just paint. It'll clean out. Let's clean out the middle of my bead here. Alright, so now. Okay. So I think I'm supposed to cut another length of that. Maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 3 of those going, so let me. They leave way too much left up to my interpretation of how this thing's supposed to work, so they've got to live with my, like I said, they got to live with the interpretation they leave up to me. Another one. I think I'm gonna need one more. Okay. Okay. So now, if I'm understanding this correctly, all 3 of these wires go down the center of our bead here. And they actually fit. Okay, that's good. Actually, I'm gonna glue on the wires and pull them back up in. Hopefully, enough glue in there to solidify things, and okay. Now, needle nose. Now each one of these little beads is supposed to be mounted on one of those wires, so I should have bent them first. Okay, so let me see if I can. Hold. Yep, sort of knew that was about to happen. Okay. So my lining came off on that, so I'm not too worried about that. But since I'm going here, let's go ahead and put a drop of glue on the top. Back in there. Okay. Now the red one goes down the top. And then the yellow ones go on the side. Okay. I'm gonna work on the first shot. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised at that. No. I'm going to let that glue dry in place before I even try and move this thing, so I'm about to take a break, I think. No, I'm not, because I got stuff over here I can work on. I'm going to do something that should be relatively simple. Okay, that one got messed up badly. Let's see if I can get this in. Okay. You're supposed to go opposite. Each other. Okay. So I am going to let that, whatever contraption it's supposed to be, dry. Then I'm going to come back and trim off the excess wires. And like I say, it goes in on our shelves over here, so I'm going to set you, oh, actually, before I set you aside, let me make a couple of slices on my whatever pastry or whatever this is. So I'll just, and I just needed 2 of them, supposedly. Let's set y'all over there. Those go on that. So we'll do that later. Now let's get these signs and the back of the shelves mounted up, and I think way too much glue for that little surface space. But that's how I roll. Sign mounted up. And now that's supposed to go on here, like the back of the shelves. So let's just do coverage on the backs. Alright. Drying. And I used all my clamps on the other side, on the other thing. I'm trying to do as much as I can before I go on take a little break here to let all the glue dry up. This one shouldn't need much clamp action, I don't think. Yeah, it's a pretty small structure, so let's see. Not much glue on that, but I'll say it's plenty of surface area, so it shouldn't be much trouble getting it to move it around a little bit, line everything up. Alright. Let that dry as well. Let's see, we use that later. And I'm going to go ahead and try and mount these guys up too. Supposedly, these things are stand up on that thing. I think if I can get a generous enough dollop, it should do that. If I can get a hold of it. Nice little nugget of glue. And I turned it over. Okay. Okay, that's a train wreck. Okay. I'm just going to put the little swirlies in, and it's not going to have a stand. Because I think they look cool enough without help. Problem solved. Alright. Like I said, I'm going to take a little break, let all this glue get situated, and hopefully what's this one? Oh, okay. Okay, I can do that after one. Yeah. Anyway, let this glue get situated and maybe try and clean these tweezers off. But I'll be right back and we will continue. Okay, been a minute or four, so everything solidified there. Yeah, nice smooth edges. I'll cut these guys out later. Or in a minute anyway. Yeah, see, you're out of there. So now, actually, we're at the point where we're ready for this guy to go on. Well, and yep, I put it on backwards. Alright, let's peel that apart then. Should have double checked that. Alright. I think it should. Yeah. It gets fairly well deactivated once it's, so we want it on this side. Okay. In the name of expediency, I'll switch to this Gorilla Super Glue for this part. I can totally believe I did that. Alright. So, okay. I'm not going to be undoing this one, so make sure I get it lined up just right. And pressure. Okay. Once again, still feels pretty good, level, nice and even. So, that's good. Now, check and see. Yeah, that works much better when you get it mounted the correct direction. Alright, so that's here. So we'll make our... And you're going to be... creasing it here. Okay. So, I think... Yeah, it looks like it's going to end up pretty close. So, let's see. So let's just, I'm going to anchor with the super glue on this corner, this edge, and then use the B7000 as we go around, I think. Seems like going to be the most, get everything covered. So, okay, so I got a couple of other little things I can do while the B7000 is drying on here. So, nice even coat along there. Appears to be pretty close. Yeah, I got good coverage there, so let's... Alright. That leftover glue from the first mistake seems to give us a little extra stability there, so that didn't, in hindsight, it wasn't intentional, but it worked out for us. So. Yes. Real light bead like this. There. Ease you over. You. What? Go back to the super glue just down this edge, I think. Yeah, let's empty my brush out on that thing. Go. Let's got our Santa's cottage wrapped. That's going to be, this is the side that faces out, I believe, so that's going to look pretty snazzy. Okay. Now, we drop our shelving in. And there, so let's throw a little bit of dots of glue in there. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And just pull up. Yeah, there you go. And now, oh, I already forgot about these things that I'm supposed to be cutting out. Definitely a job for tiny scissors. And I hadn't put my specs on yet either, so definitely a job for that. thinking these might be like collectible Christmas plates or something. I'm not sure what these are supposed to represent. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it is pouring down rain outside now. Sort of not storming or anything, but it's a nice hard rain. Let's see here. There goes one of the dogs getting a drink. Must be thirsty. Okay. Oops. Once again, not a bad cut for a circle for me. Tighter tolerances on this one, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to be greedy. Little lumpy on that end, but I think once we get it in the shelf, it won't matter. Take this top part off. Let's see if I can find a better angle or grip or something here. Okay, that one's can't let that slide. Got a lump here I gotta finish up. Okay, I think that's okay. Alright, that one I'm going to let slide as well. And our square ones, the ones I've been looking forward to doing. Easy. Of course, the first one I missed. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see, all our goodies that I've made through tonight are supposed to go on our shelves here. So, let me get out the old phone stand, get me a little bit of an angle maybe. Okay, I think I can work with that. And I'm just going to take, okay, it's supposed to go all the way, so I'm just going to do And do a nice even bead straight across this top shelf. Hopefully get everything situated in a timely manner. Okay, so first piece, you go in. Yeah, sticking up that much? I guess it is. Seems like a lot sticking out, but in our little, whatever this deal is supposed to be. Okay. Now the circular plates, or what I'm assuming are plates anyway, supposed to go. Yeah, actually, about like that. For 45. And another stripy one. No, stripy one goes at the end. So alternating in our tree. Alright. They're not perfect, but I think I can manage to do up a little straighter. A little bit more. That's pretty close. And, tempt fate by trying to push this one a little bit. Yeah. Ready for the second shelf. That seemed reasonably acceptable, so let's do that again. Arrange things on my tool stand for a second. Okay, now we get these guys. They're square cards. Yep, that's all it goes on this one, supposedly. Okay. Glue. All right. Now, okay. Let's see if this thing is solidified enough for me to remove all my excess wiring here. Let's see. That's good. And our swirly guys. can of beads and that present. Okay. So, actually, let's start on this end. Whatever that writing says is supposed to go out. And our jar slash can. That made too tall. Okay. Didn't think about that. Okay. This little contraption goes here. Also too tall. I'm gonna make it work. Well, I was going to make it work. That's how it's going to go in there. I still haven't figured out what that is, so I don't mind it being on its side. Now our swirly guys. And let's see if I can shave the bottom off here. Put it on the shelf. There's the wheel without the... Okay, wasn't expecting that to happen. Weird, that's I guess that glue didn't make it down in there. Okay. Yeah, really, or it went down all the way down to the bottom because it's sticking down here. Yep, that's what happened. It just drifted down. So let's use the B7000 and drip it on top of the bottom here. Hold it in place long enough for me to flip it and drop it in. Or not. Oh. If I thought to do a dry fit on that, it would have been better, but it didn't even occur to me. But I think that'll be. I'll spin it. Okay. That'll be passable for our uses. Oops. That blade just came out. Alright. Now, all that stuff's doing its thing. Actually, it's supposed to have done this first, but I think I did better. Probably smarter to have done that first. I'm not trying to reach past 2 layers. That's going to go on there. Thing's still jiggling around. Okay. Inject a little in. There you go. Now you're going to stay. Now, I think I'm going to go to the Gorilla Glue with the frame deal here. believe. Nothing structural here, so it doesn't take a lot. I am determined to get this stuff mounted into our box, so I'm going to keep going tonight. Let's see, got chimney, awning, and roof left on this bit. So let's maybe rather than scoring it, see if I can't find a smooth edge. Easy lower. That. And evidently, okay. I thought I made a goof, but no, this edge goes flush against the back here. Top of our little frame there. Okay, so I think that'll work, yeah. I should have enough pressure here to make it work. That over. We got our little awning dealio going. Alright, love it. Now, I'm going to let all that stuff have a few more minutes to dry before I start messing with the roof. But I'm going to go over and start. I got 2 more things to build before we start mounting stuff back into our main frame. So I'll set these just over there and pull out all the stops. All the rest of it anyway. Okay, now tell you, I'm not super thrilled about the first thing on our list. It's not quite a witch's hat, but we are supposed to make a cone for a bouquet of flowers. Got all these guys separated. And it's just, the picture is square, cone, done. So I'm not, let me, and it's, I think it's going to be a minor decoration, so I'm not super concerned about it, but I want to at least give it a shot. Ooh, that's actually very cooperative. Well, that down here is not, but much better than the usual witch's hat shape I'm trying to make. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty okay with that. Actually, I wouldn't mind it. Let's spread this out a little bit there. Yeah, it's not the tight point down the end like they show, but it's good enough for me. So I can get a dab of glue on that flap, and that's gonna be good to go in my book. That. We'll stay together. Alright. Yeah, that's that has worked out much better than I thought it would. Like I said, they show it as a nice tight cone down there, but that's, given my history of this, trying to make this shape, I'm really pleased with that. Okay, so now let's trim off some flowers to go into our they all gotta go in at once, it looks like. Ooh, there's a good one to already cut. I think we're not gonna cut right here. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. You guys, he's back out. A little glue down in there. Just spread it around, I think. Ease you guys back in there. Gotta spin. Now we got us a bouquet. Cool. Back over there. And I just saw some stuff I forgot on Santa's cottage. We'll have to do when I put the roof on. But we're not there yet. Gotta make park bench and a birdhouse. So, and I couldn't get the cut made on this, so I just colored in the did the old Roadrunner Coyote thing where I just made the hole with black. Supposed to go over, line up. Although I think the only reason they're doing this is so you can see the back of the, which I took care of. So that goes on the back. Yep. And this gets wrapped around the front. And I forgot. There gets a roof too. Yeah. There's that one. Yep. Okay. Like I say, since I colored in that hole, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the back like that with a single layer. And I'm going to go with the super glue. Small enough space. And I guess technically I've got two shots at it because I'm only doing the one side. I guess technically I didn't have to do that because this is going to be the only thing that shows is the front side. Line you up. Wrap them around. Start the old anchor on one side technique. It's seemed to have served us well tonight, so I'll stick with it. Alright. In place. That was bound to eventually happen. Okay. Let's see. And roof is supposed to be 2 times 0.7 centimeters. Two. This one. 0.7. Here. Ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I'm greedy and do it all at once. Actually, I think I might have accidentally got it fairly squared. And alright, birdhouse complete. Yeah, let's get the square jig out, because that's definitely a thing for this. Looks like, okay, so the legs go onto the bottom, not the side. So go here, not there. Okay, so here over there. There it goes. Got it. I think. Oh well, I think it'll be close enough for that scale. Thought they were. Notice the back. Not really. It's just got this little lip on the front of her, or the back of her. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be hanging off the back there. So. Okay, so there. Okay. That won't work. Goes. Let's just, I think I'll do this by hand, just because I'm feeling cocky. On there. Alright. Park bench completed. Now, cheer up with those two. Let's finish up Santa's cottage. And of course, more snow. Okay. Let's see, looks like got a fair overhang up here I want to take care of first. I do want that flush to mount my roof with. Fortunately, the front side doesn't appear to be that issue. That side's okay too. Alright. Okay. Jiggling it around, everything seems to be fairly stable, so yay. Gonna stick with the super glue just for expediency's sake. Coat on here maybe. Nice and even. Okay. Flash on the back. Alright. Okay. Santa's cottage sign. In the middle. Oh. A little crooked, but I think it'll be alright. Now our chimney, I'm gonna need the B7000 for that. There's a little blob there. And rock you in halfway. Now, I'm sure y'all can hear it in my voice how much I'm looking forward to this. You know what? I've got some of that. I did save out some of the powdered snow. Let's see, just for curiosity's sake. But I'm going to throw on just a bead. Let's sort of smear some around up here. And there, and then across here. I can't. It works any better to sprinkle it on. I still don't understand why they had me do all that. Mixing it up in the bag. That seems like this would be the better way to go. I'm gonna wait a minute or two for it to dry up, but I think this is gonna be much more. Initially, this seems much better to me. I know it was much easier. So I'm going to stand you up there. Put some of my snow back into my bowl, because I think there's one or two more spots to use it. And I'll let that dry, Okay, I'm going to come back and we're going to add buildings onto this side. So, right back with that. Looking forward to that. So, bring it out a little bit. Yeah. Alright. And even though this is a long one, I think this is important. We get this done, we should be in the home stretch of finishing this thing up. Fingers crossed. Be right back. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to suggest that method. You're losing a little bit, but I think it's the overall effect is still much less of a headache. Okay, so we are ready to start dropping structures in. There's my other one. So we got some lines on here, some very lightly dashed lines. I think you can. They vaguely show up. That tells us where we're going to put these guys. So I'll start with our collection shop. That's going to do me a bead. Looks like it's going to be the Christmas tree that's going to be supporting it. Maybe not, but let's see where it ends up at. Yeah, it actually is the Christmas tree supporting it. Yeah. And I need to actually clean some snow off of here, I think. Heck, it didn't. Make sure I got a good surface to bond to. Okay. Now let's try that again. A little more glue there. It felt a little wobbly. I'm hoping it was just a little excess stray glue, whatever you want to call it. This will be more a solid feel now. And there's nothing Okay. The dashed line disappears before the mirror, but you got to push it up against the mirror to make it have anything to brace against here. Because we are... Yep. Yeah, because we're going to install that other window on the inside. Or I would put the wall up here. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to go against the instructions. Like I say, I shifted it that way, 1/16 of an inch, just so I got something to lean against here. Because that one's not going to stand up, but the base isn't wide enough for it to stand up on its own. Okay. But maybe, now that that's, I got, looking over here, I got, this is a wider base, and they are sort of pushed together, so I'm going to run a bead up the side of this one as well. See if I can't shift it back to sort of follow the instructions, maybe. Whoa, I just smushed my awning. And it's supposed to have a gap there too, so it may not be what I want. Yeah, it's hard to get pressure down. I get the... Yeah, I'm not going to be... Actually, it does end up. I think I got sort of lined up there. I don't have anything back here to hold them steady. So I want to be very gentle with that. So this is I want to make sure I got clearance on that dashed line. Whenever I do install that side, it'll fit without knocking everything out. But for the time being, that's going to be very gently putting all our goodies I've been building the last few days in. Whoop, and just knocked it out of whack again. Yeah, I think. Well, it's only half of it that shows. There's a smaller window in the second on this side, so it will have something solid to push against on this half. Yeah, same. As long as it's just at the bottom, I should be able to pivot that. Okay, I think I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it lie. Okay. Now, gotta get our presents. Our candy cane. Way back there under the tree. And then our snowman goes in front of the building. Actually, I'm going to reposition the snowman. That Christmas tree I couldn't make was supposed to go right there, so that's where I'm going to put the snowman. I'm going to rearrange him, and our other lamppost goes over here. But first things first, presents. Okay, so come on. There it goes. Nice little blob on you. Up you down in the tree, under the tree in the snow. Huh? Now, let's go. Get the glue down. I can. There it goes. Okay. Yeah. You in there. First one. I have this guy leaning up against the first one on the other side. I hope. Going into the snow, so I did a fairly generous bead on that. Here. And I think I'm going to have our candy cane hooked over the top of that red one. It's nice. Whoa. On each end, hopefully, will be enough to convince it to go where it wants to, where I want it to go. Nope. Other way. All the other way. Okay, that's a bit of a train wreck, but it works. Okay. You can see that. No, that's not good enough. You back where you're supposed to be. How can you stick to everything else except that where I want you to? Okay. Okay. Leave well enough alone on that one. And like I said, I'm going to put my snowman on the opposite side of the street as designated, just because I got a spot for him. Right there. And like I said, then our next street lamp goes over here. I think. See if I can't overload this. I hit that a couple of something there. Okay, they are fairly flexible there, so that's good. Nice glob on the bottom of this one. Just plant you. Knock everything down. Okay. And I have to go back with the super glue on this one. It won't stand up. Okay. I think it's going to behave now. I'm going to keep an eye on that thing. Oh. Okay, actually the bench is supposed to go up against the edge of that, so maybe that'll help keep it in place. So. Okay. And the flowers bouquet goes on the bench. Theirs is much smaller than that. Yep. Okay. And then our birdhouse goes down here in the corner. Sort of in front of the bench here. And the flowers are going to be in the way. Okay, so come those way back. Now you stand up. It's just ridiculous. Okay, that should have been the easiest part, and it's not going to stand up even. Okay. Okay. Now try that again. There we go. Like I said, that should not have been that difficult. But I am running very late tonight. Let's see if I can tilt it up without knocking everything over so I can get you. But there you go. I don't want to do it too long. Got a nice. Yep. That was not the one I thought would fall out. Okay. Now, street light go the other way. Okay. It's just going to go where it wants to go. I can already tell. It's not going to stay. Okay. Anyway, I'm running really late tonight, and now that that disaster over here has been averted, I'm going to upload this and get it loaded, and hopefully I'll be on time, because I've got an hour and 20 minutes to get this thing finished. So, without any further ado, thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and I just popped open my app. We are less than 250 subscribers to 4,000, so I guess I need to start thinking about my next 1,000 subscriber project. If y'all got any suggestions, throw them in the comments. But now, goodbye.